everyone, welcome to part 3 of our weekly planner page from Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford. Had to think then. Yeah, we have, there's 2 other videos, so if you haven't seen those you can go and check them out. And I'm just having a little look at this and thinking about what needs doing. Now obviously we need to colour the boat and do the background, but I'm just having a look at here. I don't feel this is quite coloured in dark enough for my liking, so I'm going to do a little bit of work there while I think about the boat. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab, just trying to, number 76. This is the Van Dyke brown. I just want to put a bit more, a bit of dark around here to sort of make it look like these are sort of overhanging plants or weeds or whatever it might be. I don't know how noticeable it's going to be, but I just feel like I want to try it, see how it looks. And then we'll do the boat and we'll figure out what to do with this smoke. I'm thinking we might have to actually leave that right until last because it goes outside of the edge of the page, of the picture, and I'm going to be you know, doing a pastel-y background, so we can go over the top of that and then sort of sort it out at the end. I'm thinking so, a bit there. I'm happy with that. Whether you think it makes much of a difference or not, it's up to you, but I'm happy with fiddling. Now we're going to do the boat, so let's come in closer. Now it looks to me like the base of the boat is wood. I don't know why I feel that, just from the shape and the line. So I'm going to keep this pencil, this number 76, and do this base. Now I'm going to do it not too hard. Now I'm thinking, would it be a little bit darker each end? Probably would. I'm just going to move it slightly so I can get my, that's better. I need to just adjust how I'm sitting. So a little bit darker here and then maybe a bit lighter towards the middle. I mean, it's not going to be massively curved. It's not a circular boat. I think it might have a bit of light. I was actually going to leave this till tomorrow because the tennis has started. When I was just finishing the other page, I said I'd go and watch the tennis, but it started raining at Wimbledon. So I thought I'd come back and just finish this page because I can get on with editing it while I'm watching. Now that's the sort of basic bit, but I want it to look more woody by putting some wood grain in, and I'll do that in a minute. I'm just thinking I'm going to draw in this mast because I want to use this same colour. There we go, and whatever that bit's called, someone will know. Then we have this wooden box. I'm going to colour it in the same colour, but I'm going to do something with it to make it look different in a bit. We'll leave the other 2 for now. So now I'm going to grab 77, which is our other dark brown. This is the tobacco brown. And I'm going to do a couple of things with the base. I'm going to put some shadow in here, because I figured that this bit might just stick out. And I want some lines that look like wood grain. I don't think this is dark enough. I think I'm going to leave that. We'll do that with the black in a minute. We'll put some shadow into this box though, and we'll carry that through so it looks like it's a slightly darker wood. Like that. Okay, that's better. And then I'm going to grab my black. Where is the black? There it is, which is number 9, and I'm going to sharpen it really sharp and hope I can get a little bit of wood grain pattern on the base of our boat. Let's see what we can do. My tongue comes out as I concentrate. It's hard to talk. There we go. I don't know how visible that is. I can see it. Okay. Now the 2 other boxes, I quite like them to look like they are wood as well, but obviously we don't want them to be exactly the same colour as the ones that we've done already. We don't want them to be the same colour as the background, so we run into a bit of trouble. Let's do one with a base of black. So this is 9 again, and we'll make this the back one. Just a light layer of black first. And then a 73. I'm hoping it might look quite dark brown. Yeah. Yeah, it looks a slightly different shade of brown to those as well. This one I'm going to do in the 73, but press hard enough so hopefully it looks different to the other 73s that we've used around. I think that's fine. Okay, now the sail. It's very tempting to keep it white, but I think it really stands out being white when there's not much else white, especially once we do the background. So I think I'm going to do it red to match our doors, and then we've got a sort of consistent little red dot bits sort of splodged down the page. So the red we used was 29, which was the carmine. Oh, it is impossible to see. I'm going to start with a lightish layer and then think about whether it might be darker or lighter in different parts of the sail. So let's get a layer down. Not very neat, I realise that. I'm thinking it would be quite dark under here. There'd be some shadow under there. And I'm wondering whether it might just fade towards the bottom. I don't know, actually I think it'd be darker at the bottom. So I'm going to work those layers down there. Maybe fade it upwards like this. Oh, excuse me, sniffing. There we go. Doesn't stand out as much, but I think it works better with the colours in the page. Now I do want to make it stand out from the cliff though and put a little bit of shadow around it. I'm going to use the 76, she says decisively, to just put a little bit of shadow around it. I'm hoping, particularly with this slightly lighter box and the red, it might just stand out from the cliff just a bit. Maybe. Okay, right. Now the water, let's come out so we can see the whole page. The water I thought I could quite easily do in pencil because it's quite a small amount. I thought I could just do it just a little bit along here. But the rest of the background is going to be in pastels, in soft pastels, so I figured that actually it would probably, sorry, I'm just moving my pencils very noisily away. So I figured it actually makes more sense if it's in pastel, but then it's only the sky and I was going to do some clouds. I am going to use number 35 for that bit of water down there. That's what I've decided. I've talked myself into it. 35, by the way, is turquoise. I think it makes a nice watercolour. Or colour for water, maybe I should say. And I'm going to use it here. And I'm going to sort of taper it off a little bit towards the bottom of the page. It doesn't need to go all the way down to the bottom, I don't think, because we've only got these lines for a little while, and this doesn't go all the way to the edge, and nor does this. I might change my mind once I put the sky in, but we'll see how it sort of works. I just sort of try and fade it down. If you use the edge of the pencil, you can get it will sort of taper off a bit more. I'm going to go along that edge and get a darker bit just along here. It would probably actually be not so dark along the edge, it'd probably be where it was breaking and there would be white, but we can draw that in with a white pen after. And the bigger the contrast we have, the more it will show up. There we go, so there's our bit of sea. I think that works quite well. Now I thought for the background, for the sky, I would use my cloud template. Now this template has obviously a big sunshine, but it has this sort of bit for doing the clouds, or this bit. So that's what I'm going to use with my soft pastels. Let's get those open. So here they are. Let's just show you. Let's turn it that way because here are the blues. Now the blues, these are the blues here. We go from very light and then to quite dark. There's even a sort of bluish black here, which is probably quite difficult for you to see. It's not always that easy to choose. I'm actually using a cotton pad. It's a disposable one today because I need to wash my others. I tend to go for a sort of mid blue colour, but I'm looking at the colours we've used. It's quite darkish, so I don't want to go really, really pale because I don't think it will show up. I don't want anything too close to my water though. I think maybe this second one here, this one, let's put a bit on our, it's still quite dark, isn't it? So I think that'll be fine. And so all you do is you lay your template on and you rub up to the edge of it like that, and then taper that off. Like that. Get a bit more for the next part. Just change your position of where your template is. And put a bit more on. Ooh, I need some more. Trying to do things. Oh, there we go. Need 3 hands. Now it doesn't matter if some bits are darker than others because the sky is not always all the same colour. If you don't have a template, you could just do little sections without using one. You know, do a little splodge here and a little splodge there. That can be quite effective actually. Another option is to just do the whole of it the same colour. Yeah, I'm going to go that direction. I try and change it up a little bit. Sometimes I do different colours as well. Sometimes I do a bit of grey, a bit of blue, a bit of yellow, a bit of pink, you know, purple. Depends what sort of, whether you've got a sort of fantasy type picture or what you're trying to achieve really from the picture. Don't find these disposable ones are quite as good as the washable cotton ones, but because this is like cotton wool, it starts to deteriorate after a while. Now the good thing with chalk pastels is that you can erase them, so I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute where I'm going to erase it. Just realised I'm going all the way to the edge of the page when down here I didn't. Inconsistency. Well, I'll have to sort that out in a minute. Just a little bit there, I think. I mean, in reality, the clouds will probably be thicker near the bottom of near the water, but. And we just brush off the excess and you can see a sort of cloud pattern that I have formed. I'm just going to put those pastels away. See how quick that was. But we need to sort out this blue and sort out our smoke. So let's put that away. So I need to pick up my blue pencil again, the number 35, and just take the water right to the edge so that it matches with the clouds which go right to the edge and to the bottom of the page actually. So despite me saying I wasn't going to do that, I have to now, or else it's going to look a little bit odd. It doesn't take too long on this smaller page. I think this is about the size of Johanna's new book is going to be. Now here, where we've gone over the smoke, we need to erase. Let's come in closer so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, so I need my little Tombow mono eraser, and I need to not lean on the pastel, but erase that like that. Now I need to think about the colour of this smoke because we haven't done it. I'm thinking I'm going to put a very light grey on there. I'm going to use this 800, which is called the Cool Grey, and put this throughout, and then I'm going to get a white pen. It doesn't show up massively, but that's fine. I might end up going over so much in white pen you can't see it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to use a Posca because it's quite reliable on this sort of thing, and I am going to go all the way around the edge of the smoke. I'm actually going to lean on a bit of this so I'm not smudging away the pastel, all the way around the edge and the dots and things like that. Try not to get it on the tree. Hang on, got this. Too late. Oh, someone told me a Prisma blender gets it off, so I will try that later. But I assume it has to be dry. So I'm going to try and cover all these little dots. Easier said than done. And just cover up all the lines. Now I'm not going to put loads of white on this page because I don't think there's many places that really need it. It can make a page look really pretty, but you can't just sort of put it anywhere. So just around here. I'm tempted to just draw a line over those dots. They're too small. I keep missing them when I'm trying to colour over them. There were two Brits in action at the same time at Wimbledon, which is always annoying because you can't, well, you can sort of watch two matches at once if you use a computer and a tablet because they stream all the matches. What I was doing was I was watching the ladies match because it'd be shorter, and then I'll pop in to see the men's match after because that will probably still, yeah, our guy dropped the first set, so it may go on. I hope so. So there is our smoke. And then we need to do, I want to do some of these lines on the water's edge. Oh, wrong way, let's come out a little. I'm going to need to see the whole of the width of the book. Now I thought that where it breaks on the, around the rocks and things, there might be dots, but I'm actually going to put some dots and lines all the way across. Just on the edge. If you think about what waves do, when they sort of break, they sort of have lines, and they'll sort of run parallel to the shore, I'm going to try and take away the black line that's there. Oh gosh, that was a funny sounding bird. It sounded like it was laughing. That's really funny. I'm going to put a few little dots up here where it's splashing up on the boat. Could do that on the rocks too. It won't show up quite so much there because it's not so dark. We could put some up here, some in the water as well. Now there's dots on the sand, but I'm assuming they're supposed to be bits of sand, not water. So I won't put too much there. And then all the way along. Now I've put a few lines near the top, but I think I need to put a few throughout the water, even though they're less visible where there's much less blue, where it's coloured in less, you know, haven't put down such an intense layer. But I feel like I need to just put a bit all the way through, so you can't really see it. But there we go. Now of course our lighthouse has got its light on. Let's come up a little bit. But it's the daytime, so it wouldn't really be on. So we can see the sort of bulb shape and the light coming out of it in this window up here. You can't because I'm so far away. I'm just going to use the white pen to go over that as well. There we are. And now I think that's it. I'm just looking carefully. Yeah, I just want to put a bit more white along that edge of the beach and the bottom of the cliffs, just almost to erase Johanna's white line where she's put the base of the cliffs. I think it looks nicer if it's if it looks like they're going straight into the water. I'm just being fussy and erasing a bit more here and there. The black dots and lines, I think they should be white. There we are. I'm going to finish that there. Let's move those messy pencils out of shot on this. The stencil. So I will try and find the link to the stencil and pop that in the description and everything else that I've used. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series and happy colouring.